How's it going? Big Dope 7 here, back with another episode of the Tour de France 2015, 25 days to Paris, and back here with stage number 2. Didn't do so well in the first stage of this, as we are sitting all the way down. Where are we? I don't even remember. We were sitting pretty far down. We're in the 50s, I believe. Yeah, so we were all the way down here. Talansky all the way down here at 53 seconds behind the leader of this Tour de France here, and did not finish in less than 16 minutes and 27 seconds. So I'm going to try and do a little bit better here in the second stage. A little bit tougher conditions here as we get out a little bit more into the country. 160 kilometers this stage is, and so let's go ahead and get into it now. As you get a little bit of a look there at the at our route. And loading screen here, looking for a little bit of a better finish than the last time, and the offshore finishing line at the heart of Zeeland is where we're going to be going. We're still here up here in Denmark, so not into France yet, even though they call it the Tour de France. We're not actually in France yet, but we're going to start pushing our way towards there, and like I said, this all culminating on Christmas Day. So still another 22 more days of this. Four days of rest in there. I'm gonna take a day off. Probably Friday. I won't be. There will be no stage being played, but Saturday there will be, and finishing the first 25 of the stage. That's our goal here, or at least for him. Talansky, we're going to be Talansky. That's who we're going to start off as, and we're going to give him a I was going to just do 2 carbohydrate drinks and get this race going here. As you see the big group that we're stuck in here, so I'll try and break away from the peloton a little bit. Kind of up at the front though, which is nice. We're just going to go ahead and bust right out to the lead to begin with, and then just kind of coast it here now. We're leading the peloton. This could be a long race still. It's 160 kilometers. Got somebody behind us there. Not worried about anybody right now, though. Not at least until the 80-kilometer mark, where we try and push ahead.
It would be a shame to lose everything in the first week.
And try and get that green jersey. He points towards the green jersey, anyways. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to be wearing the yellow jersey at the end of after all is said and done, and be ahead of everybody, especially the leaders. We'll see how far we can push up the leaderboard. We have 53 seconds to gain on first place. You see all the people crowded around.
Started in the Netherlands. After Amsterdam in 1954, Scheveningen in 1973, Leiden in 1978, Hertogenbosch in 1996, and Rotterdam in 2010.
They give you a little bit of a background every once in a while here, and they kind of tell you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So they do give you a little bit of help. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and let those guys pass us here, and we're going to go ahead and sit behind somebody here. Conserve our energy so that we don't blow all of our energy here at the beginning of this this race, but let's get behind somebody a little bit faster. How about this guy right up here? So we're not just getting blown away here. We're on auto rides.
He's no doubt asked them to reel in the counterattack to avoid too big a breakaway.
Take that turn nice and smoothly there. Like I said, we're going to try and conserve our energy here, at least towards the halfway point of this. And now we're starting to get out into the country here. And so the wind becomes a little bit more of a factor.
But there's nobody who's a threat to the overall standings.
Like I said, there's nobody that's a threat to the overall standings. And we're in front of the peloton here. Not trying to bust ahead here.
The lead group is too large to work well together. It may explode into several pieces. Virtually, he takes the lead of the overall standings.
There will only be points for the green jersey today. They will be given out at the finish.
Try and get the green jersey maybe today.
Located on the halfway.
Get that turn nicely there.
Stay well placed. Use the high gear ratio when the tempo of the race picks up. The rest of the time, use the small gear ratio so as not to strain yourself.
The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing.
Alright, let's see, where are we sitting here? We're sitting in 29th in the peloton. Not the worst place to be. As long as we're gaining ground on the
borders as of now, since the stage imposes very few changes of direction.
As long as we're not doing too poorly here. Losing some energy. That's alright. As long as we're not exerting too much energy here in the beginning part of the race, in the beginning stages of the race. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and sit here and cruise. I see the part of the peloton up there, so I'm going to try and get out of the peloton here and try and get into the lead group. Gain as much ground as possible here. Oh. Try and catch up to that lead group up there.
There are riders in trouble behind. They should be able to catch up if the tempo drops. Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. A teammate is beginning to lose touch.
Oh, we got a teammate that's beginning to lose touch. I don't even know who I am right now. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and ride in auto mode. We're here in 5th.
Behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
The peloton has caught up. There's no more escapees.
We're sitting in the peloton. Go ahead and just cruise past these dudes here. Don't want to sit too far back in the peloton, but you know what? We need to conserve some energy. Don't want to be exerting all of our energy here too much in the beginning of the race. We still have 133 kilometers to go. It's gonna be a long stage here, a long race here.
He's trying to escape.
We got somebody trying to escape apparently. Oh well.
Attack at the head of the peloton.
Oh, we got some people trying to attack here. Try and catch up to them. As we are now in the second group, it looks like. We're in our own little group here. I'm going to catch up to these guys. So there we go. Caught up to the first group, it almost looks like here.
Guys, at the beginning of this tour, the sprinters will not allow breakaways. If there are more than 5 or 6 riders in front, The sprinters will get their
We're
teammates
53
to ride.
seconds above where
The
we need
peloton
to
has
be.
just joined up with a breakaway.
Oh, the fact that the peloton keeps joining up with us is starting to get annoying. So we just need to try and stay where we're at here and not lose too much. Get some energy back here. I have to try and make do with where we're at here and try and gain some of this energy back. Get ready for another attack at some point here. Sitting right in the middle of the pack, right where we want to be here. As long as we finish better than a lot of the other guys, we'll be all right. If this guy starts to attack, we're going to have to chase him. That's for sure. About a quarter of the way through the race now. Right at the front of the peloton here. And the wind now almost behind us, which is good. You don't want the wind in your face. Makes it a lot harder to gain speed. There's a group behind us. Two guys behind the peloton. Pretty much everybody else is in the peloton right now. But we're in a good spot where we can kind of break out of here if we have to. And the road will widen. This is not the widest it's going to get. But we're really protected from the wind because we're sitting on the right side and the wind blowing from the left, and we got a lot of riders in between us and the wind, which is a good thing. You don't want to be susceptible to the wind. Not really an incline though on this particular stage to really deal with. So we're gonna do all right here. But like I said, it's beginning. We got a long way to go here in this tour. Still, what, like 19 races after this one? 19 stages after this. So we're going to be more than okay. At least where we're at now here. We get to go through some people here again. The crowd is... Oh, we got somebody trying to escape the peloton. Out of the way. Let's go. Let's catch him. Try and get out here to the lead. Make sure we catch this guy. We don't need him getting way out here in front of us. Be bad news if we let somebody get that out far out in front of us.
But they're not dangerous.
Virtually, he takes the lead of the overall standings.
Oh, that guy's... Who took the lead of the overall standings?
Change of leader in the overall youth standings.
Good climber and a good ruler, Andrew Talansky has strong assets with which to target the overall standings of stage races.
They were just talking about my guy there. I'm actually leading this stage, which is good. We're a minute, almost 2 minutes in front of the peloton. So we really took a giant lead here.
The apple cart if conditions are right.
Just kind of coast in behind these guys now. That's what we need to do here. Now we get to conserve some energy as we get closer to the halfway point of this race. Still 30 kilometers from it though.
During flat stages, in order to keep the maximum in reserve for when the mountains come around.
He's primarily a teammate ruler, even if he's not too bad on a sprint.
Sitting in 4th place, 3rd place, kind of just fluctuating here. We got the guy that I'm actually following is in 164th place so far. after the first stage. He had a really bad first stage, apparently.
So as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
We're sitting here conserving energy, building up our energy to blow it off during the halfway point and the end of the race.
He's a pure ruler. He relies on his power to tip the scale. Anyway, he doesn't have much choice given his qualities as a sprinter.
Maybe if we can take the green jersey or something here, that'd be really nice. We'll look here at the green jersey standings. Almost 3 minutes ahead of the peloton.
He doesn't really have a strong point that would scare opponents.
See, we're pretty far ahead of the group. 3 minutes now. Kind of cruising here through the countryside. Going almost 50 kilometers an hour.
His best chance of victory is to try a breakaway from far out.
We can end up winning this Tour de France. That would be really nice. Look at all the energy that we're at right now. Gonna build up that energy, and when they start to take off, which will probably be during the last 5 kilometers before 80 kilometers, that's when we're gonna take off and try and get ourselves some points for the green jersey. Right now, we're just kind of biding our time. Not looking to lead anything right now, just conserving energy. Although I'm surprised we haven't reached the feed zone yet. There's some random dude out there swinging a flag. Looks like a German flag almost. See all the beautiful tulips here. Beautiful countryside. The graphics in this game actually aren't that bad, honestly. They're pretty good. I mean, you wouldn't expect it to be good for a game like this, but scenery, you really need the scenery. That's what kind of makes this game, is the scenery, and then the gameplay is pretty decent too. So I mean, I paid $20 for this game, and this game is, I mean, for $20, not really complaining. If I had paid $60 for this, I would have never paid $60 for this. So, but not a bad game.
On the overall standings in the breakaway.
Not bad for $20. And to share it with you guys, $20 isn't that bad, honestly. But it was just something different to play and to kind of connect with the viewers a little bit. Even though we don't really have any right now, but that's okay. Could be worse. could not be having fun playing this game. Let's see, we're at about 95 kilometers till the end. So we've ridden about 70 kilometers so far. Pretty good job here so far. We're conserving lots of energy. That's what we want to do. We don't want to be overexerting ourselves, especially in the beginning part of the tour here, especially on a flat track. Don't want to be overexerting yourself. I think I've gained time, actually. I'm at 37 seconds up on the leader, I think. I don't know. 18%, 17%. I don't know what that. I don't know what all those mean up there.
At the front, he's the best placed for the green jersey.
I'm just gonna go ahead and look at where our standings are overall.
The front runners are 10 kilometers from the first intermediate sprint. They'll share the points towards the green jersey. The first scores 20 points and the second scores 17 points.
All right. 8 kilometers from the sprint point. We've built up quite a bit of energy. Getting there. lead this portion of this. When they start to take off, I guess I'm going to take off. 50 kilometers is a pretty good speed here. As we're up 5 minutes now on the peloton.
You're 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The first 10 to pass the intermediate sprint score points towards the green jersey.
You see that there? They tell you the first 10 people to cross it, so we're going to be in the first 4.
He's the best sprinter in the group. Take his wheel if you want to score some points.
All right, sitting pretty here.
You'll have to up the pace. His team is moving into the driving seat behind.
No. Not letting them do it. Almost at the sprint point here. Getting close. All right, time for the attack. Damn, that guy is fast.
Losing ground.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
I didn't even have to use all my energy there. Nice little sprint there. Didn't get the green jersey, but that's all right. And we're going to go ahead and fall back in here and ride the next 80 kilometers, hopefully to victory. We're up 4 minutes still on the peloton. Got some other guys that got some points there. 5 points for a couple of them. I think we ended up getting 13. And now we're entering the feed zone.
The riders are now entering the feed zone. They will be able to pick up something to eat.
Good. Need to get something else to eat. Something else to eat, cruise, gain some energy. We'll be leaving the feed zone shortly. Right, we're leaving the feeding zone. I don't know French. Probably feed on something in a little bit. Don't want to sit there and use all my feed right now. Once we get close to the end of the race, we're still 70 kilometers from the end of the race. Almost 100 kilometers in though. So it's been actually a pretty quick race. So far anyways.
You'll have to up the pace. His team is moving into the driving seat behind.
I'm not worried about anybody taking over my spot right now. Either way, I'm gonna gain ground. at the rate that I'm going here, 4 minutes up on the peloton. I'm only 53 seconds behind. Not super worried yet. Like I said, beginning of the tour. Not gonna stress about this. There's not going to be any attacking yet either because we're the lead group. We're the lead dogs. 66 more kilometers. Let's go. We're gonna get a little bit of an uphill battle going on coming up. We're gonna get out onto a wider road too. So let's go ahead and break out of this a little bit. Get out in a lead here a little bit. Push these guys. Speed this pace up a little bit. Try and break a little bit more away and keep this peloton off our butts. We need them catching up to us. We need the whole field catch up. 198 riders. Let's keep 194 of them well behind us. Push these guys a little bit. Still got a little bit of energy because we're saving that for a while. Ease this up a little bit now. Try and keep that peloton of 4 minutes behind us. In behind this Senetko guy here. And they're gonna go ahead and pass us. Go right ahead. I don't care. You think I give a crap? It's a long race, boys. We had to push these guys a little bit though. Keep this front group well ahead. Pick up some ground on the leader. Can't lay down. Not for these guys. Especially not on professional. Now we got a strong wind behind us now. Either that or it's coming from in front of us. I don't know. Either way, we're staying behind these guys. Staying behind somebody. Let him take the brunt of the force from the wind. That drink. Ready for the last 50 kilometers.
You'll have to up the pace. His team is moving into the driving seat behind.
But they're 3 minutes behind. I'm not even worried.
His teammates are leading the chase at the head of the peloton. His intentions seem clear. Win in a sprint.
And get out here and lead this a little bit. We're gonna fly through this town here because we got building support here. Keep that peloton well behind us. We need to keep our energy up though. We can't be blowing all of our energy. We're gonna come out onto this wider road, I think at this point. That's what if I remember correctly. This is the only other race that I did by myself without actually broadcasting to you guys. We are well out in front of our competition now. All alone. No one to draft off of. Almost crashed there, damn.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
It is the moment to relax because you don't want to get too tired. If you get too tired, then not going to be able to make that final sprint at the end of this race. Alright, here we are, out onto the highway now. Rebuild up our energy in for the last sprint here.
The race will now follow the coast and take wide roads exposed to wind.
43 kilometers from the end.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Great. Teammate's been dropped. Fantastic. Bide our time here now. Waiting to pounce at the end of this race. They want us to ride a little bit faster. We're going to ride right behind this guy here now. Slow down the pace here. Keep it slow. You don't need to be blowing all of our energy.
Teammates are leading the chase at the head of the peloton. His intentions seem clear. Win in a sprint.
Obviously, they're going to want to win in a sprint, you idiot. 38 kilometers left now. Peloton's still 2 minutes behind us. They're going to catch up quickly. All right, coast this along here. The crowd getting up a little bit here now. Just over 35 kilometers left in this race, and we are still cruising along here. Top 4 here in the first group. 2 minutes and 18 seconds in front of the peloton. For those of you who don't know what a peloton is, the peloton in bike racing is the big group of racers that are all lumped together. We are the leading group here, the top 4 in this stage of the race, and still trying to push on strong. Trying not to blow all of our energy here, but it's hard now because we're out on these big winding roads that really exposed to the wind. Kind of gives you a lot of resistance, if you will. Almost at about 50% energy too, but I don't need to be blowing it all right now. It's still got over 30 kilometers. A lot of race still left, although we've ridden 130 kilometers so far. Imagine riding 130 kilometers. How tired would you be? What these guys do is absolutely insane. They ride 200 kilometers a race sometimes, up the mountains, nonetheless. And if you've ever ridden up even just a hill, that's hard as can be. Hard, you can't do it. But so it's still coasting along here. Peloton now just under 2 minutes behind, so we need to keep pushing here. We're gonna need to bury them at some point here. Can't remember when we start sprinting though. But you get in that sprint at the end of the race. You want to win that sprint at the end of the race. This tough dude might actually take the lead in the actual race itself. I'm hoping to gain some ground on the top guys. That peloton is catching up, and they're catching up fast.
The peloton is 1 minute 30 behind you.
They're going to start catching up now. This is what they do. They start riding hard. They start catching up. And so you need to continue to ride hard all the way into the end of the race. And that's kind of what we're doing here. Trying to ride hard without blowing all of our energy. Perry Chone trying to push ahead here. I'm just trying not to blow all my energy, especially in this beginning the beginning stages. Sorry, I was going to say in the beginning stage. we've already done the beginning stage. This is stage 2. If you're just checking in here.
The arch marking the last 20 kilometers is in sight. We seem to be heading straight towards a mass sprint finish.
20 kilometers left at this point. The peloton is roughly a minute 17 behind us. And I know they're going to start catching up fast. They're going to start sprinting. This is the guy we got to keep up with here. This guy is a sprinter. I believe it's him, actually. And you know what? It actually might be the Perrichon. That's a real sprinter.
The peloton is 1 minute away.
We're only 1 minute away with 17 kilometers left. Slowly but surely finishing off this race. Stay in the middle of the road
He's
there.
the new leader of the overall youth standing.
Something in some other language that I don't know. 15 kilometers left. The peloton is 48 seconds
Another
behind.
15 kilometers to go before the conclusion of this first stage.
Maybe this is the first stage. I think the other one is just to see where you start, where you begin. This is day 2, I guess. Instead of being stage 2, I believe this is actually day 2, stage 1. Peloton less than just over 30 seconds behind us now, as we're going. Looks to be the final stretch of this race. Need to ward them off.
30 seconds on the peloton.
Yes, and that's just what they've.
The yellow jersey was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings. Their opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton. The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
All right.
10 kilometers from the finish for the leaders. It's
Leading.
going to be complicated. Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. You have 30 seconds lead. A teammate is changing a wheel. He'll have to catch up on his own. 30 seconds between you and the pack. Collective fall. It may create gaps.
Gain some energy back here for the last 5 kilometers.
Should be in with a chance of a victory. You can afford to wait until the last moment. You're the fastest in a sprint.
The road
I'm the
towards
fastest
finish
in the sprint.
Zealand is very wide and practically straight. It will favour the efforts of the sprinters' teams.
His teammates have a handle on things for the overall standings. It will be difficult to increase the gap.
Bunched peloton.
Leading this.
Last kilometer. You've got to sprint.
Oh, I blew it out at the end of the race. What a terrible finish for me. I just kind of screwed it up. I ran out of energy there at the end. Started pushing too early. Alright, so let's see here. Where am I ending up now here in the standings? Did I gain any ground? I think I lost ground, actually. I did. I ended up dropping back to 50th now. I was in 43rd. Oh, I finished in 50th. Overall standings. Now let's see where I'm at. Okay, that worried me a little bit. Hopefully I didn't fall back too much. Didn't move anywhere. Still 53 seconds behind. Okay. Well, you know what? Not the worst thing in the world. Get a look here at the points ranking. I am back a little ways here too. 15th. Got 15 points for that race there. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of Tour de France 2015, 25 days to Paris. We'll see if we can continue to push our way up the leaderboard. Didn't really move anywhere after this last stage. Kind of blew it there at the end. Rode very well the whole way, but just blew it at the end and ran out of gas, basically. But that's going to go ahead and do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to follow us here on YouTube at Life of Raw Sports Gaming Network, as well on Twitch at Life of Raw Sports Gaming. And then don't forget to give us a follow, too, on Twitter as well, at LRSGN. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Big Dope 7, and you guys be sure to keep it real.